Jolly clutched her worn-out handbag, her fingers trembling slightly as she stepped nervously through the grand gates of the Edward mansion. Her breath caught at the sight. Tall marble pillars, gleaming chandeliers glinting through massive windows, and hedges so perfectly trimmed they looked unreal, or mingled with fear. She had never known such cold, glittering luxury. Mr. Edward, a stern man in his 60s, glanced at her with a frown of disapproval. "This is the new maid," he muttered, his tone laced with contempt. "Looks too soft for this place." His wife, Mrs. Claudia Edward, gave Jolly a slow, slicing look. "No manners, no style. Don't expect kindness here, girl. Just do your job and stay out of our way." Jolly bowed her head, swallowing the lump rising in her throat, forcing back tears. The words cut deep, but she bit them down. She wasn't here for kindness. She had a purpose, one she clung to fiercely, hidden beneath her silence. As she sat watching the world go by, something caught her eye. It wasn't so much its color or shape, but the way it was moving. She squinted to see if she could better understand what it was and where it was going, but it didn't help. As she continued to stare into the distance, she didn't understand why this uneasiness was building inside her body. Jolly's days were filled with back-breaking chores and whispered insults. The Edward children, Amanda, 20, and Daniel, 24, treated her like she was invisible, or worse. Amanda often tossed her dirty clothes on the floor right in front of Jolly. "Pick that up, maid," she'd snap with icy disdain. "You're paid to crawl around anyway." Daniel was worse. He would flirt mockingly, smirk at her silence, and once spilled wine on the floor just to watch her scrub it in shame. Jolly bore it all with quiet dignity, masking the hurt that gnawed at her. Every night, she would sit by the small window in the attic room they gave her, stare at the stars through teary eyes, and whisper, "Just a little longer. The truth will come out." One rainy evening, dread struck the mansion. Mr. Edward had just returned from a business meeting, ashen and trembling. "Our company's been hacked," he told Claudia. "All the bank accounts are frozen. If we don't act fast, we'll lose everything." Then came a bigger blow. Amanda's engagement with a wealthy politician's son was called off due to vicious rumors of financial scandal. Paparazzi surrounded the mansion. Claudia broke down. "This can't be happening. We've spent our whole lives building this." They called lawyers, bankers, IT experts. No one could stop the bleeding. Amid the chaos, Jolly silently watched. Then, one evening, she stepped into the study where Mr. Edward sat, crushed, holding his head in his hands. "I can help," she said softly. Edward looked up in disbelief. "You? What can a maid do?" Jolly remained calm. "I know exactly who hacked your system. And I can get your money back." The family laughed at first. Amanda rolled her eyes. "Are you seriously letting the maid speak now?" But when Jolly mentioned specific details about Edward Enterprises, internal passwords, past mergers, hidden offshore accounts, they froze. "How do you know all this?" Daniel asked. Jolly straightened her posture, her voice steely and unwavering now. "Because I'm not who you think I am. You thought you erased my father's legacy. But I've been watching, waiting, and I came here, not for revenge, but to give you a chance to be human." Jolly gave them a choice. "I can restore your accounts, but in return, I want my father's shares returned to me and public acknowledgement of the truth." Claudia, stunned, whispered, "You could destroy us." "I could," Jolly replied, "but I won't, because unlike you, I was taught to lead with dignity, even when treated like trash." Mr. Edward, broken and ashamed, nodded slowly. "Do what you need to do. The company, It's yours by right. Amanda cried. Daniel apologized. Jolly didn't say much. She just clicked a few buttons. And slowly, the Edwards world began to rebuild. Days later, Jolly stood at the mansion gates, suitcase in hand. You could stay, Claudia said quietly. This is your home now. Jolly smiled, a calm, graceful smile. No, I came to prove a truth, not to reclaim a house. My home is where people see me for who I am, not what I wear. She walked away with her head held high, no longer a maid, but a woman who changed everything with patience, grace, and courage.